The United States of America gave a typically warm welcome to the Red Bull Air Race World Championship at the giant Texas Motor Speedway near Fort Worth. Kirby Chambliss, born and bred in Texas, was one of the big draws for the fans during the hangar walk before competition began, while the anticipation in the main grandstand was growing ahead of the US comeback of the fastest motorsports series in the world. But already, the weather was changing for the worse. Before the Masterclass pilots qualifying, the Challenger Cup lived up to its name because of high winds. 27-year-old Michael Bragiot of France emerged the winner, celebrating his first podium in only his third race. As Bragiot was being presented with his trophy, however, the conditions were deteriorating even more. Winds were now measuring more than 25 knots and thunderstorms were on the radar. The start time for qualifying was delayed as officials monitored the weather. But there was no improvement. Instead of preparing to fly, the teams began closing their hangars. Eventually, the race committee were forced to cancel qualifying because of the severe conditions. The frustration of the pilots was summed up by a Texan on home ground.
We always say if you don't like the weather, stick around today because it's going to change, and it sure has.
In the absence of any laps, the start list for the top 12 round was based on the fastest time of each pilot throughout the day's 2 training sessions. And that left Pete McLeod fastest ahead of Matt Hall. Nigel Lamb was best placed of the 3 title contenders in 5th. World Championship leader Hannes Arp was 9th and Paul Bonham 1 place better.
This is going to be an interesting weekend. If you imagine some juggling, and then the juggler just steps back and sees where the balls land. I think that's what's going to happen, because it's depending on the wind conditions and how the pilot is flying. Because, you know, one pilot might have a particular line that's completely wrong for one wind, but absolutely perfect for the other wind, and then vice versa, so we'll see.
Drama on race day could start immediately because the 2 British contenders, Bonham and Lamb, go head-to-head in the opening round of the day. Arc flies against Ascot's podium man, Nicolas Ivanov. The Texas Motor Speedway could prove to be a decisive turning point in the 2014 Red Bull Air Race World Championship.